in the restroom. Yes, the restroom, hiding from my little son who's running around screaming, "Mama, mama." So I have been gone from YouTube for a long time. I started it way back when, went off, did not stay, did all kind of shit, and now I'm back. So listen, I am here because I want to share some big news I have on YouTube, okay? So listen, I'll tell you the news towards the end, but you gotta listen to the rest of the story first. So around 2010, 2011, I moved to Atlanta from Houston, Texas. It was me and my husband and our baby daughter. She was probably, all of 1 and a few months. I moved there. I have always had a dream of being in entertainment, radio, hosting, things of that sort. I moved there with the dream. I said, okay, listen, I'm gonna go and work towards my dream. I was out there for a little while and it worked. I got a radio gig, I hustled, I met a lot of people. I got to interview a lot of different celebrities, things of that sort. I was out there, I was working, and shit was really good. And then life happened, okay? And all in a span of probably 2 months, my family suffered like a huge loss. My little sister died, who was, I raised her. My mom suffered from drug addiction and things of that sort when we were kids. I raised my sister, so that was hard for me. So my sister passed away around the 2nd. I'm sorry, y'all. I can't find my damn tripod, so I'm having to hold this. She passed away around the 2nd, and on the day of my sister's funeral, my grandmother passed away, who I was also close to. So that was probably the 5th of April, 2014. And I buried my sister. I flew back to Atlanta from Houston, Texas, came back, buried my grandmother, flew back to Atlanta, worked, and then received word that my company and my person was going to be sued for $8 million. So that's a long damn story. I'll have to tell you about that, the details of that one day. But so in April of 2014, life was fucked up, okay? So I went into this deep depression. I eventually moved back to Houston only after my husband was robbed and stabbed and left for dead in Atlanta. So, it was just a fucking nightmare. And we came back to Houston, Texas. I didn't do much. I just was like, what the fuck? I had taught the arts to, grades, even, from pre-K on up. And it was just like a nightmare. And I didn't want to, I was like, I worked so hard. I feel like everything is being ripped from under me. So, fuck it. I'ma just be regular, be average. And don't get me wrong, for some people that's what they want. But, that's how I felt. And I did that for a couple of years, and I taught, and not saying that there's anything wrong with teaching, okay? Let me clarify that shit before y'all be messaging me. But it was not my dream job. It was just something that I was trained to do and I was good at. So I did that. And my husband and my best friends would be like, okay, when you gonna go back? When you gonna get back in radio? When you gonna, I don't know. I just feel like I don't want to try anymore. Well, in that time span, I had another baby, a little boy who is now 1 year old. And life started picking up, I kind of came back to life a little bit. I did some things and, it was kind of like, okay, I want to go for this again. So that gets me to my news. So listen, a little while ago, okay, so when we moved to Atlanta, the goal, I met my husband when I was like 14 years old. And we both, you know, love entertainment. And, you know, we talked about how one day we would move to Atlanta because I would always go to Atlanta for summers to be with my aunt. And so we talked about how one day we would move to Atlanta and, you know, like.
So right about here, my phone starts to act up. Give me a moment.
After building success in Atlanta, we would move to LA. Well, life happens, and sometimes you gotta switch things up. So we decided recently that we are going to go for it. We're gonna do it. My husband is a personal trainer, and he's actually already gotten a lot of.
Really? All right now, damn it. One more second.
This goddamn phone. That's what happens when we don't have enough storage. But anyways, guys, we're moving to LA. So I'm going to be doing a lot of documenting on my page, a lot of showing you guys what it's going to be like. I'm super excited. I'm scared shitless. So see you soon.